So for you to actively run this thing, you need money.
If you want to become a content creator, join me on this particular conversation with our guest. Believe me, our guest actually had to dissect some of the mistakes he made at the beginner stage. He gave us many tips, more especially the reason why he has the name he has today.
Once more, you're welcome on the Daniel A. Bame podcast. And today, with me in the studio, it's another time for a conversation with one of your finest in the industry, one of your finest in the 237, one of your finest on the space so far. When I introduce him, when I call his name, when you see him, believe me, you'll so much be happy because I'm sure in one way or the other, you've really longed to hear his story, his own part of the narrative, and that which he's got to tell the youth. So on Value Talks today, we'll be having a deep conversation with Mr. Emmanuel Ndze, aka the same name,
Mr. Ndze.
aka Mr. Ndze. So he's right here in the studio with us for a conversation. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, brother.
I mean, you're everywhere on our space. Which app are we going to call? You're there.
We're everywhere on social media.
Everywhere on social media. So how was it like growing up in our 237 space? Born in which region?
I come from the Northwest, Menchum Division to be precise, a small village called Bu, but my hometown is Womb.
Okay.
So that's practically where I grew up. And then somehow I found my way out to Yaoundé for university, and ever since then I've been in Yaoundé amongst other exploits outside Yaoundé, but that has been the base.
And you know, Boya people have bad fashion. How do you guys consider us?
Man, you say Boya no fine. It's not us. You know, Boya is entertainment hub. There's a good, the bad, and the ugly. But then the good is way much more above every other thing that's here. We have a lot entertainment wise. This is the hub of entertainment. So that one about fashion gets more good, plenty.
So at least thank you for giving us good caps for the purpose of this entertainment. So growing up in you're born in Bamenda in the Northwest region.
Right. I was born in Banso.
But you're not from So?
I'm not from So. A whole lot of people think I'm from So. I have so many So friends because of the names as well. So many So friends that I have sometimes. And the fun time is I've not told any of them I don't come from Banso. So sometimes they speak to me in the language. When they mix a little bit of English in it, I pretend to have understood. So sometimes they're like, is it that this guy doesn't want to speak in the dialect, or what is the situation? But a whole lot of people think I come from that part. But anyway, I'm a South man by birth. But I come from originally
from
we'll
keep that narrative because some people love to keep their own clothes. Don't disappoint them right now. You're still with them. You're so good.
Yeah, they are my people.
So how was it like growing up in the Northwest region, and how was it like family base and the rest today? You've grown to become, you choose your own career.
Oh, I didn't choose this career. Let me be honest. The country chose for me. You know, in Cameroon, you don't tell the country what you become. When you grow up, the country will decide for you. So if someone has said so many years ago, I would be a comedian, I would never have said this is possible. It was growing from that part of the country, and especially me coming from a small village where you can hardly pinpoint anybody from that side who has made a name. We just had a few individuals and not even much more. So it was like, first of all, it puts you in a position where you have that limitation. You feel like nobody has done it. So how do I even think I can do it? So all of that was a huge challenge for me. When I got done with my university studies, 2015, I was like, should I go back? I was like, no, even if it means I don't have anything to eat in Yaoundé, I am not leaving Yaoundé. I have to stay back, because going back means I am going to surrender myself to the status quo, how things happen within that community. You just grow up, you get some education, you come back to the community. Soon now you live in a free house, eat free food, very little utility bills, and then very soon you don't see yourself, you don't give some small get belly, they don't bring and can't dash you. Then you go pay small bright price, and that's the end of life. No ambition, nothing. So I had to stay back in town, and ever since then, I grew up with a lot of dreams. I had a lot of political dreams. I wanted to get so much into politics, and then over time, a whole lot of things happened. But we are still on track, because I feel even the comedy that we do, it is not just about comedy, but we bring a whole lot of these societal issues and bring them out in a very funny way, so that even though sometimes you're hammering at some point, they are laughing, but they get the message. So that is what we're doing.
Yeah. Was there any form of comicness in your growing up, like school days? Was there any traceability? Did you do any kind of a thing linked to this?
Yeah, my close friends. I used to be that guy where when you are around me, most of the times I drop a lot of jokes, but that was just for my close friends. The most part, right to my university mates, my secondary school mates, they used to see the picture of a very quiet person, very reserved person. That's how I was. And most times it's the same thing. When people meet me physically, they cannot relate the person that's online cracking those jokes and this person that they're meeting. Sometimes it happens that way, but I have always been that person, especially to my close people, that I always, crack these jokes. But I did not know that it would get to this point. So it's just, you cracking some jokes. And then someday I did a video I put on my account, my Facebook account, and I was like, a lot of people related. Before then, I was in China. That was 2016 to about 2019. So we had a group. So sometimes I used to just send some funny voice notes, and a lot of people were like, they found it funny. Then I was like, we created a group, and to taste how far what we're doing was, interesting for people. Were like, okay, you have to pay a small fee to be part of that group, and we're shocked. A whole lot of people came in, though it didn't last, but that was like the basis under which I started putting stuff on social media. Then I put on Facebook. People started sharing. People started enjoying it. I put another one. They started. Then thereafter, I was like, just create a page and, start doing your own thing. Corona came, and that was it. That was like the final push.
That pushed everything.
Yeah,
out.
when it came with TikTok, and then I was like, okay, I went on TikTok, and ever since then, I've been creating. Over the last, this is close to 5 years now, we've done more than 5,000 videos.
Well, talking about your aspiration as you left school, or thinking about maybe a form of, the aspirations about politics. It's all in your comedy. You're talking right now gives me a perspective now to the way you analyze some things. It's still in there. Yeah. You see the way you analyze, bring out the message is on the political perspective.
Yeah,
there's a lot of it in there. I can see it now just from the perspective of, I really wanted to pursue this thing. So now when you see your analysis, there's a lot of logics in it. Don't comic, but you have to think.
Sure.
So being in China, what was it that made you to, like, what was the group all about? Like, you guys started, because normally I'm not sure you travel to China for the purpose of this. Something happened there that resulted into all of what later on happened.
Okay, the point is, when you're out of the country, most of the times I didn't have a social life. It was about the hustle, come back. And, the only medium by which you could really communicate with people was online. So we used to have these small community groups that, when something is going on, we educate, inform each other. So that was just like, I just woke up on a certain day, and then, with my small, tiny voice, I dropped some voice notes, and a whole lot of people, people are depressed. Outside here, a lot of people are depressed because of, you work You see money, but zero social life. You don't have any other thing you're looking forward to apart from money. So without that balance,
Yeah.
there's a huge void in you that you feel like you're not living life. So a lot of people became familiar with what I was doing and they wanted more. Then we started doing it. And so that was not like the original thing.
Yeah, I get it. You know, it doubles down now still with we had a conversation, with Gong Christian.
Okay.
Yes. And he made reference to the same thing. Like he talks about okay, being abroad, having that money, the cash is there, you check your bank account, the figures are there, but now enjoying it is like, okay, how do I, because we're trying to like compare social life in the West and social life this way.
All right.
Yeah. So the money is there, you cannot just enjoy it. So enjoying life is like coming back here to enjoy life.
Exactly.
So you putting it again that way, it makes a lot of sense to it.
Right.
I can really see now from what point the comic stuff had to come out. Like, okay, like you just start doing this thing. Why the small voice?
Okay. I used to do the comedy the one I kickstarted.
Yeah.
Was a replication of a typical Bamenda Big Mommy.
Okay.
So that was the comedy I was doing.
Okay, so because of the female,
because of that female part of it, that voice came in.
Mm.
But truly, when I started doing that comedy, a whole lot of people, they enjoyed it. They enjoyed it, especially the elderly.
Mm-hmm.
When I used to meet them, most times they'll be like, hey, I watch your video, send me some their video. You know, my Pekin send me their video. And I was like, it was a good one. But just like I said earlier, I had unearthed dreams that I'm still looking forward to those dreams. It may have changed in terms of the politics as in, but leadership is something that I feel I've always wanted to be what leadership should be all about. So every other thing that I'm trying to put in, I want to gear it towards that direction. And that is why I feel like this character is wonderful. People enjoy it, but I don't really feel like this is the kind of character that will portray the kind of messages or the kind of platform I'm trying to build for myself. So I had to take a quick switch, and it was limiting me. You get it was just limiting me to community, Cameroonian, the Anglophone community. It was limiting me a lot, and I felt like I have much more that I can give out to the rest of the world. I can't just limit myself. So I took myself out of that character, thanks to people like Grand Lorenzo, because I saw him doing that character, and I was like the first people to encourage him and be like, go create a page and start doing this thing. When I saw him doing it, I was like, okay, there's somebody that has actively replaced this character and is doing it, and a lot of people enjoy it. That's the push I needed to move away from this thing and pick up something that would put me on a much more global stage, and that is what I'm doing now. But that small voice is like the extra spice. You know, I used to twist my voice a little bit. So some people will be like, how do you switch it? How do you switch it? So that was like the extra spice. It's like that's the thing in every time you get that voice, then you remember this person.
It's like your fata.
Yeah, that's that fata. Without this voice is
it's like reserving it for the last one.
It's like the same thing that every other person is doing.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Wow. I mean, because that's a serious niche out.
Right.
Because now if we say 3, 2, 0, give us your best. You just switch into that particular character.
Just switch with a small voice.
Yes.
So that's it.
So now, fast forward moving, what can you say is your perspective of the understanding of a young person today? Like, you're looking at becoming successful. What should you focus your mind on at the beginner stage, right? You know, we have a lot of things now in the world. We have people wanting to create. In fact, content creation, everyone just wants to become a content creator. So what are some of the advices you can give these young people before they start? What should they consider?
I always believe in striking a balance. Life without a balance, if you don't strike a balance between your social, your physical, your social life, the money that you're chasing after, your health, and your interpersonal relationships that you're creating with people, you will always feel a void regardless of where you get to. You make the money, no health, zero. No social life, zero. You have the health, no money, nothing, you see zero. So my take to young people is, you if purpose comes to you, if you get your purpose, you find out your purpose, and you can make money out of your purpose, then it's an extra plus to you. But not so many people are blessed with it. So many people, the purpose, they have to sacrifice so much before they can get into their purpose. And purpose is one of those important things that we always talk about. If you don't find your purpose in what we are doing, trust me, you will put in so much, but yet you feel like it's not working. Even on those days where the platforms are not generating the views they used to generate, the engagements are not there, those days where you wake up, you feel discouraged to do this thing because it's not monetized. A whole lot of, by the way, that's one of the biggest problems we have in the country. So if this is not something that you wanted to do from within, if this is not something that you feel like you are fulfilling as a huge part of you, you will quit from it. So I tell them every day, strike a balance. Strike a balance. Find, if this thing is just all about, if you're just going for the money, you can make it. But truth be told, there's no guarantee. And you cannot tell when you're going to make that money out of it. If you're just going for the fame, the name, everybody knows you around here, everybody, they have seen your content and all of this. Yes, everybody can know you, but at the end of the day, you don't find any real satisfaction in it. So what I tell them, to start up, strike a balance. To start up, know that this is really what you want to do.
Which means that
Yeah,
on a normal base, content creation should start from what you really want to do. Like your niche should be niched around something you want to do.
What is the purpose?
Yeah.
What is the purpose of you wanting to create a platform that will actively guide you on how you're able to manage that platform and what you're able to put on that platform, what how you're able to what you consider success from that platform. Success is relative because people have different reasons why they're on social media.
Mm-hmm.
So if I want to create a platform for business, then I will be business conscious, and what I'm putting on that platform should be towards that kind of business that I want to showcase.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to create a platform where, okay, I just want to do comedy, my thing is just getting people to engage on my content regardless of what I'm putting out, then you become blown by the trends. You can say any kind of thing, you can post any kind of thing, you can do any kind of thing to chase clout and get people talking about what you're doing. You consider it success because that is your goal. But if you want to create impact and you want to use your platform to connect with people that matter so you can contribute actively to your community, then you now understand what kind of content do I put on my platform? What kind of things do I not put on this platform? Am I just focused on having growth in numbers, or I'm focused on having growth in quality of the individuals I get on my platform? So with this kind of perspective, even if everybody is flying left and flying north, you stay focused. Even on those days where you don't get those views because of the kind of content that you put out, you stick to it because you are conscious and you know that this is what I am all about. So that is the problem that we have with a lot of young people. You ask them, you started this platform, what do you want to do with the platform? I don't want to create content, I don't want to post. I just say money did that thing.
And from what you said, making money online is not 100% guarantee.
It's not.
So there should be a balance here.
Yeah.
Balance in terms of not engaging in full time, or what do you advise if there's no guarantee pertaining to making money? So what would be the balance shift if you have to tell someone?
From the beginning, when I say strike a balance, you don't ignore the finances. You can never downplay the importance of money. Forget it. So there is no way you have the motivation to keep going if the finances are not there to back up what you're doing. The finances may not be your number one reason, but you need money. Even they say Christianity is free, but you have to buy Bible. You understand?
Yeah.
You have to. Your brother cannot come crying to you and say he's hungry. You start telling him, go and pray, fast and pray. You have to remove something from the pocket and do something. So for you to actively run this thing, you need money. And for you to not get discouraged while trying to chase the money in this thing, have a job. Have another source of income. Until this thing starts to pay the bills, not just from monetization. Because to some people, it's just when you put it on YouTube, and YouTube, at the end of the month, YouTube say, this is your yeah. You put it on Facebook, you put it at the end of the month, they send you one invoice and say you have made this amount of dollars. That platform can disappear tomorrow.
Yeah.
You can breach monetization rules and they slap you off. As a matter of fact, I'm a case study of that. I see money sometimes on Facebook. After sometimes they just battle and take the money. They've never given me the money. I just see it and take. So you see all of these things. But until your platform is monetized at the level of you having brand deals that come, you having individuals that can market their products on your platform, you having other ways through which you make money from that platform. Like for me, from the platform, I've gained popularity and I do MC events. I do host events. So if you have not gotten to that point yet, then you have to have a job. Because even before you get to this point, you never know when it will happen. There are people with 1 million followers. They don't make any money out of it. Unfortunately, in our community where we are, when you have a page, everybody thinks you have money. So they'll be in your inbox. My auntie has swallowed a lamb. Bring me money. I used to share, I used to post, I used to comment without realizing the person even that you are talking to, perhaps he has not eaten. He's just gathering money from other minimal sources to be able to put into his craft.
Which means that it's possible for someone to have 1 million followers and is not making money from
Very, very
monetization.
Possible. I know too many of them.
So, I mean, growing a page to 1 million without cashing out from the online space, how can it be like looking at that page, leaving, then creating content still for the same page?
I know so many of them. And the truth is, somehow, some have been able to market other things on the platform. They have come to terms. Because, you know, when you have 1 million followers here, you start feeling you're a celebrity. And maybe you were doing your small business, maybe some small importation business or whatever you were doing, or you were doing your farming, or you were doing buying and selling stuff. You start feeling like, I don't feel like celebrity will be posting shoes on his page, or will be posting this. No, you abandon that business. You are not posting on your customers are there every day. Your fans are there that you could come online and market it to them. There are a lot of fans, especially we get a lot of support from the diaspora. There's some supporters from the diaspora that will be like, go and give 5 of these items to any of your followers. They just support your business like that. So a lot of them have become smart and they have, gotten down the high horses that they were in, and they are now using those platforms to hustle. But there are still nothing is coming through those platforms.
What do you think would be some of the issues relative to the reason why one will have such a huge following and is making practically nothing as of the monetization on the platform?
Ignorance.
From the person having the page.
Ignorance from the individual.
From the base or something that happened around when they were building the page.
Okay. Ignorance in most of us when we're growing our platforms. I'm a big example. When we were growing our platforms, we're just happy that we were posting on social media. So sometimes then we like to support. We're like, no, since you have had your 5K, man, you have to support the person with 200 followers. You have to support the person with 100 followers. So we're just taking random videos from people and posting. Then somewhere in the middle, they start slapping you with restrictions. They start hitting you hard with restrictions. And then you realize you have grown a platform. It has gotten to a very beautiful stage, mature stage that can still start bringing you income. And then you realize you've had too many restrictions to the point where there's nothing. We hop on artists bring songs here. We hop on the thing, we dance, we do this, we try to support in our own way. And then those songs, they start slapping you restrictions and all of that. So ignorance from the beginning, and sometimes oversabi at some point. Let me put it that way. Because people who are there sometimes, who have been there before you, they want to tell you it's like this, don't do like this, don't do like this. You'll be like, I have somebody that is doing, I have somebody, and then you get to a point in the middle and this is what it is. So a lot of damaged accounts are here because of the ignorance. Other people, they just don't know what to do with the platform. And they don't understand the different monetization aspects of a platform. They are focused and they are based their mind 100% that it is only money that the app pays you. So they don't even attach value to what they are doing. And without that value, your value and your integrity is the biggest currency that you have on your platform that can attract you much more than anybody will be making from those apps.
What can you really advise someone with such an issue do? Like, let's say you even have 100,000 followers and you're faced with this particular kind of issues, not making money from the app, or like those who are ignorant, they are not making money. Okay, right now you have the followers, the platform is there. You don't want to post cassava as a farmer or your shows. So what do you advise these people do with their platform to help them monetize, like make money on the platform in any way?
Okay. I tell them, I'm happy everybody is creating a page now. So we understand, we are now learning to support. I tell people the basis of content creation is not growing a platform. Is making a name and building a brand. A brand is more important than a platform. If you build a brand, you've made a name with what you're doing. And that 100K or 200K page is giving you fever. You can always start up a new page. You can always start up a new platform. I know how starting up is very, very hard and very, very difficult. Especially with, you cannot transfer followers easily. You cannot.
True.
Some followers, they love what you do. You post and say, guys, please go and follow my new page. They will see like this, they will comment, we are there, but it's a lie. They have not gone there.
They have not got there.
You get So the question is, if somebody like me have been on this team for 5 years and I'm not cashing out and I'm refusing to start up a new page, is it that I want to go for 5 more years, or I want to start up a page that I can grow to about 30, 40K within that 5 years, for example, and be making, even if it is $150 or it's $100 every month, that is enough money that will help you to rebrand what you're doing. It will help you to have money to create more content. So starting up is the only option as a creator. That's why I insist on making a name. Don't be in a haste to blow. Don't be in a haste.
Which means that you should look at the kind of content you create.
Right.
Which means I think some people will literally need a team, or why not a manager that looks at you, looks at your page, that which you've been doing to better help you niche the brand or motivate you on the creation of some kind of content.
Management is important. A team is important. I learned that the hard way. A team speeds up your productivity. If you have somebody that is shooting and they're editing and putting out there, you can produce a lot. But if you're the one who is shooting, you're the one who is editing, you're the one who is doing everything, sometimes you can build a brand and drag it down, because we ourselves will become emotional sometimes. A fan will insult you like this, you carry your brand and take to the mud because you want to fire back at some point. But management will help you curb all of that. A team is important. I pray that we have too many options in terms of management within the community.
Okay.
That can be able to manage these talents with transparency. Let me put it that way. Yeah, because a whole lot happens. This area that we are, a whole lot happens. I pray that we have a whole lot of people that can really be drawn by this talent and manage this talent effectively with transparency, so that we can have growth. Individually, it's hard to grow.
Don't you see that the lack of management, the lack of people actually building that, seeing the value of teamwork is one of the
Yeah, it's the biggest. Management is one of the biggest. Every day you see that, especially with when it comes to music.
Yeah,
you see that every day. Management issues. We don't really have comedy management or labels. Let me put it that big word, labels, when it comes to comedy. But outside here, most of the big names that are doing a lot across, they have management. They have management, because management can affect your growth. It can affect your growth. Imagine managements that have Telegram groups of thousands of people that are on payroll. It means 100% every time a video drops, before it drops, 1 minute before it drops, is on that Telegram group, and everybody on that Telegram group, like 10,000 people, are jumping on that content. It automatically beats algorithm. Like you see, algorithm even confused, because that is how algorithm works. Once a content drops, they like send to like 5% of the people that are active on that platform, that are active at the time that content drops. If those people are able to react or engage on that content within that short period of time, it pushes it to the next set. It means that's a very important kind of content that people are going to enjoy. It starts pushing to the next set of people. So imagine somebody drops a video, and in the next 1-2 minutes, you are already seeing 2,000 likes on it. You're already seeing those number of views. They already feel like, okay, this is, and it's not fake accounts, it's real accounts. That's why you see people, they are capable of doing anything, and every moment you are seeing hundreds of thousands of views everywhere. So if we had those kind of management systems put in place, I'm telling you, every day we have real talent in the community. I go about, I see talent in the community, but it is the exposure that is not there. It is the management that is not there to manage these people, boost them up, and tell them, no, you have this ability, even coordinate what they're doing.
Why do we not have management in our system? Is it because of the talents to be managed, or is coming from the angle of those who've emerged at any point as managers? Why do you think this is?
I feel it is because we are, as a matter of fact, we are always late in everything. We're always late. When people are coming to TikTok, when they are finished TikTok and they are moving to another app, that's why we'll go to TikTok. When they are coming to Instagram, we remain on Facebook. So we are always late with everything. And we are late. Let me say we are late to entertainment. We are late to seeing entertainment as a business. We are very late to seeing entertainment as a business. Till now, your friends, your family, they still consider you jobless because you say you are doing comedy or you are creating content online. Sometimes you are posting online. Somebody who does not know he's actively making money for you is insulting you and telling you go and look for work. So you see, this whole this management issue is the fact that we did not, first of all, see entertainment really like a business, especially this side of entertainment. Music has been the longest business ever. But this part, they did not see it as business. If you ask so many people on the street, how do you think these people make money? They will not even give you an idea. So it is now that a lot of people are coming closer to it. Investors are coming. Then sometimes when they come, they have the money, but they don't have the know-how. They don't know how to invest. They don't even know how to push this talent. An investor comes to me and tells me, Mr. Ndze, I see what you do on social media. You have a lot of followers across Africa. You have followers in Cameroon. You have followers here. Okay, I want to sponsor you. And I'm like, this is wonderful. I want to invest in what you're doing. This is wonderful. And I sit down, I'm like, how do you want to invest this thing? And the guy will be like, how do you people do this thing? And he's like, if you're an investor, you are not the one to be asking me. An investor is supposed to understand the business and has the strings to pull, and my work was just to be to put out the work that is I'm supposed to put out, and it's the investor that understands what channel to put all of this. You get? So a lot of people, they want to invest now, but they don't know. Then the few that have the know-how, when they come, they face a little bit of disloyalty from some of us. They face a little bit of, disrespect from us and impatience most of the times. Long neck, sometimes greed. You put in your money, you manage an individual, and when the individual takes maybe 5 million somewhere in his head, he's just thinking this 5 million, it could be mine, without thinking of how much you put in for them to be able to see that 5 million. So those are those things. So at the level of management, we were late, and then most investors don't know how to invest and manage the individuals. And then this disloyalty that we have in the community.
Yeah, and it's a very, very serious thing. You're talking about us being late on apps. I'm like, oh God, so true.
We're always
so
late.
True. I mean, while the algorithm of Instagram is favoring people, we are not late. When the algorithm has become so hard and you're supposed to walk until that's when we are appearing. TikTok came in and every favor, and now that it's become hard and everyone understands that, okay, live stream gives this and that, everyone is milking out from the little, we are appearing there.
Yeah.
And this issue of management is very important. I think this one is a very serious one, because only management can sit and study the business of the business,
right,
to help us go pitch to investors,
right.
So investors can now actively understand the reason why they can carry a particular talent to the next level.
Right.
Following some top Nigerians, you see that how can someone like Daddy Freeze be under management? Like it does not make, because these guys are really, sense, right? It doesn't make sense. Imagine what they cash out on all the apps we've mentioned.
When I tell people stop talking about this numbers thing, they have more numbers than us. You don't know how much money they put into their platform. Yeah. They put money. This Facebook, TikTok, all of these platforms is not your father's business. Even TikTok sometimes, or Facebook's official page, they post a video, and that video has, you look at the engagements on it, you are surprised. You're surprised. They themselves who have the ability to push this thing to every platform, push it to everybody's newsfeed. You get, this is not your father's business.
True.
For you to make money, you must put money in it, and that's what management is all about.
That's what management is all about.
And if you look, most of those people, they have one management.
Yes, and that's the thing, because
most of them, they have
when
one
I got this information, it showed there was a hope.
Right.
I mean, they were literally celebrating this guy who was the toppest that received money from YouTube consistently for like 5 months.
Ndze.
Yes, and these guys are there. How do they do this?
Look at when they say, take somebody like Sabinus. When they say Sabinus has helped the people he has worked with, look at all of those guys he has worked. Is it that those guys are creating some super content? Even the small boy that he has helped, the boy is now creating some super content. But you see the engagements on the boys' platform, those are mechanisms that are put in place to make you succeed. So we don't have those mechanisms.
Because we keep destroying them.
We are always late. And then even when we have the avenue, we destroy them. Yeah. The few people that are starting to understand these things, we feel like going closer to these people is, I want to drop down myself.
Yeah.
Drop down myself.
Yeah.
So we just carry this pride like this. And then the next thing we start telling people is, forget, you get some other business where they do ahead to give money. Which content creation, forget which comedy. Now you do comedy pass for this. So those are those things.
Yeah. I mean, this community building, because imagine someone like Pella, why should they be managing him? Because let's check the content, right? Which content is this guy creating?
Right.
Why are they managing him?
Right.
You get it? Because in our context, I don't see why someone in that particular line want to be managed.
No, you tell you. He's everything. The part that they like to call management is when you want to get to them for something.
Yeah.
You see, go and talk to my manager. Sometimes somebody else has not even eaten.
Yeah.
You say, go and talk to my manager. you see, then the small deals that you would have possibly given them some small money to put in the pocket. You hear that management thing like this, the thing just vex you for your belly, see me that one just get out.
Yes.
You get.
Yes.
So this whole thing, we have to learn loyalty, honesty, understanding that this thing, there are people that are not in front of the camera, but they hold the keys to your success. Bowing down to them does not mean that people think this popularity thing. People grow every day. The worst is in Cameroon, you know. Cameroon, you only become a celebrity in like 2-3 months. When somebody who is trending comes up, they dethrone you. So imagine this kind of community. You have to keep putting in the work, and to stay relevant, you need these mechanisms. You need it.
No, we need it. We need it because we need the mechanisms put into play, because that's why when I talk to the people who are close to me, who receive calls or messages, I tell them be very careful, okay? Someone should not want to talk to you because you having a management or not, these people are not contacting by your management. They are contacting you. If someone enters your inbox and is requesting to have you, talk with them. Hello, no matter how rude the person is, that may be their own way of contacting you. Because if you believe you're a product, you better know how to say. The shortest person enters your store, once the person presents money, you say, sir. Simple. You don't care about their height or whatever. I told them, chat with them. Discuss with the person until you're sure to have had the deal. I mean, don't do that. I mean, management for what?
Cameroon, everybody is my brand. What's a poor man doing with a brand? How do you even sustain a brand as a poor man? You are covering a brand, but you don't have the money, you don't have the resources. These are opportunities that are coming to you. You push them to go and talk to my manager. Go and talk to this. Some you may think it's only investors, and only individuals in the public. Even colleagues, us. Sometimes you are coming to town, you are reaching out to a colleague like, are they at town, Masa? Will fit run 1 or 2 things? The management.
I remember we had a conversation with the manager here. He contacted a lady, and we could not believe what this lady said. She said everything, and they had their conversation, disagreements, and the rest. So fast forward a couple of months, when I explained to him the reason why we reached out to this lady, he was shocked. So the lady in person would not even know what she lost. The package itself, the conversation that was coming, just respond, just talk like a human being. You're a product. Why create the content?
It's not bad. We're not saying people who have management. Sometimes it's good. You know, sometimes it's good because a lot of people don't know how to negotiate their value. They undervalue themselves most of the time. So sometimes management steps in. But I don't feel that it takes an inch from you. If somebody is getting you on a project and they contact you and they be like, I want to talk to you about this business. If there's something that you don't feel like, I know this thing, you can refer back to your management before you reply to the person. Sometimes some companies or individuals contact us. We want you to run an advert for this. And then I don't know how to charge them. Hey, I'll call this person and be like, bro, these so people don't contact me on this, which you take, if you charge them, or how you take, say, if you reply them. And then you reply you go back, you reply them. These things, they don't understand. And I'm saying this, that is why a lot of people hold the conception that Cameroonians don't support. See, it's a lie. I've seen support from the Cameroonian diaspora. And I can tell you, it is born out of humility. If you're not humble, you will never ever see the supportive side of Cameroonians. I'm telling you any day, because everybody in this country has pride. From the top to the bottom. There's no single Cameroonian who doesn't have pride. We are the only people that we can be dying of hunger, but will not accept you to talk rubbish to us. We better not chop. You get? But oversight, you see people, they sleep for down so for chop. They cause and they sleep for down chop. That's not a Cameroonian. So if you want to milk into the benevolence and support system of Cameroonians, you must stay humble at some point. You must understand that the real money on social media is in the pockets of people. And most times, those people don't even have profile pictures. Those people they're not even social media kind of people.
Course.
Some of them come to media because of your content.
Mm-hmm.
So, sometimes they can be contacting you for some deal. And because you gotta look at, sometimes you don't even reply. If people tell you, sometimes when some colleagues sit and tell you the kind of messages they left, and they say they will not comment because you will drop them down from 0 to what, I'm like, brother, you are not serious on this media. Because for me, it doesn't take a thing out of you. It doesn't take a thing. You're parading on media, you're complaining how people are not supportive, you're complaining how you're not making money out of this thing, but you're still doing pride.
I mean, we really encourage management. We encourage management so much. But what I'm trying to say is that if you are the product, better know how to start your negotiation.
Right.
A lot of people just want to talk to you. Some people will be so amazed to the fact that, okay, really? Am I chatting with you? Put them up to your management when it's time. Because the industry is so baby that we need to cajole the investors to actually invest.
Right.
You will not just scare them away because you think, no. If we do this, the industry, so management good, but know at what point to link your management with the buyer.
Right.
Yeah, it's very important. I think most of our celebrities or whatever, I mean, look at this particular angle. It's very important, especially if you're coming up.
Right.
Why stay for 6, 5, 3 months and not have a deal when you could actually be having deals? Because not every deal is the same.
Pride.
Value.
My value is what I'll charge somebody on a weekend is different from what I'll charge somebody on a weekday. What somebody, I can go do something for somebody, for instance, 50K. And someday I will do that same thing for 100K. And the person would understand why it's 100K. Someday I will do that same thing for 10K. I've realized relationship is the most important. Your relationship is your money.
Yeah.
As a creator, I've seen the power of relationship on TikTok. I'm one of those people who has made more than 5 million on TikTok. When I see a few young people come here and they're doing a lot of things on media and people think we made money off TikTok from the benevolence of people who are attracted to what you do and the positivity that you spread out and your humility. That 5 million is on the app. But off that app, people constantly calling you to bless you for what you do. Some people that they came to you, told you about their businesses, and because they can't pay your value. I always say, you can't pay a person who offers a service. You can buy mangoes. Yeah, that's a mango. But you can't pay somebody's service.
Yeah.
Because you can't pay for all the years that they try to study hard to be able to do that service within the shortest possible time that you think they have delivered. What you do for services is appreciate a service. So I've had people that they come to you, they contact you, the way they approach you, you do their stuff way lesser than you would have ever asked. And then someone out there, they come and say, bro, that business will be doing, so if you do me fine, send your momo. Then they bless you much more than you ever asked. So these are some of those things that a lot of the young creators and even some older ones that are there till now, because some of them, we have supporters talking every day. They do stuff and they'll be like, thanks. What he says with thanks. They lack that part. I say, if this government can institute one course that we start studying from primary school, from nursery school till you get to university, called humility and relationship, it will be very helpful to the average citizen.
Very, very important.
It will be very helpful.
Yeah.
This approach, so you see all of these things, management will always, like we talked about, management will always be that part that is seeing what you're not seeing.
Yeah.
It's always be that
very
part
important.
that they'll tell you, see, okay, no talk so. They don't call you for the place, so don't go and reply. Don't do like this. Don't use your account for this. Your account is not meant for this. Approach like this. We are seeing that this kind of content that you're putting out, is attracting these people. Do more of this content like this, then they orientate you.
Yeah, it's very important. Management really, I mean, we really are supposed to look at this angle of management,
Right.
encourage it for it to become something in our industry,
Right.
because we really lack it. And I see it as people wanting to eat 100%.
Right.
And the thing you can, which is practically impossible to enjoy 100% of anything you make. Just not possible.
we don't trust each other in this country. That's why you don't see, even business wise, you don't see partnerships a lot.
Yeah.
Everybody wants the name.
Yes.
This business, you see, this business is my business, is my name. So when I set up a small restaurant, I want to put the name Mr. Ndze. I do it very large print and put it, so everybody feel that that's my business, without understanding that there could be a partnership to that business, and at the end of the day, that business will make much money than me battling alone. But as a matter of fact, some people will not buy because they don't like me. Perhaps they would have bought if that business was. So we don't trust each other in the process.
It's true.
And it's limiting
a lot.
A lot.
A lot. A lot.
So people are coming, everybody is coming like this. Any man wear a glass, you look me, I look you so. You get, if it's on small tax, before you want me to say, ma give you the login them for my account. Hey, I don't monitor you. I look you now one eye so. When I just see some one thing change with my account, the next thing, I don't log you out.
Yeah, it's very important. This angle of trust management. We need to understand the way things work.
Right.
Me in the business world, for instance, we enjoy but of partnership, nothing more. There's nothing to me like someone filing in a letter to say, okay, I was looking at this angle. You have this, you people have this establishment. We're thinking of this. That's the best kind of thing, because now is literally another person with their perspective to the opportunity they've seen in whatever you're doing in one way or the next. So how do you strike this deal?
Right.
How do you strike the deal? The name does not matter. It's the percentage that matters, because the name may appear somewhere else. So I think management, deal, people understanding the use of not enjoying 100%, which is practically impossible.
Right.
Practically impossible is very, very important.
Sure.
Yeah. In this conversation which we are having. So you've had serious failures on the net. There was a time you cried.
I cried. My chest hot. I was in pain, severe pain.
So what was it you were crying for more? You were crying for the beginner stage again, or what?
No. I was crying for the followers that I had.
Yeah.
To be honest, when I look at my dashboard, I see the average group of people following me. It's not the 100 plus data. These people that will sleep in their rooms in Monaco, or will sleep in their rooms in Obili, or will sleep in their rooms in Bonaberry, and insult people on social media. You see reasonable people. An age group of reasonable people up to, you see up to 60 something years on your platform. And I feel like that when the messages I got after my platform was taken down, that was what made me cry the more. Because for the time that when you put out work on media, you can put out a piece of work on media and you don't see engagements on it. It doesn't mean people don't watch it. It doesn't mean, like I said, there are some people that you brought them to social media. There are people that don't follow any other platform apart from your platform. And they never comment on that platform. They don't like on that platform, but they are on that platform. The series of direct calls that I had across the wall when I lost that page, it made me so confused. The kind of people that called me talking as if they are the ones who have brought down the page and they are extremely sorry about it and I should not take that to heart, and asking me if I need anything to start up first. I was like, I still have a pile of messages that are not open. So it is it was a pain because I know the kind of followers that I had. But after that one happened, trust me, I became stronger, and I'm at the point where I understood that make a name and not the platform. If that platform disappears today, I'll start up another one. It disappears, I'll start up another one. It disappears, I'll start up another one. I'll keep moving. Because deep down, I'm convinced. And I've had to have people that can stay and not see my content on social media and go and type my name and look and say, what has this guy posted? That's already a big win for me. So I was in pain because it took me by surprise. But at this point in time, nothing happens by surprise anymore. I've learned to understand what media is. So I feel bad for people who lose accounts. It's hard work, resources that have gone into it. Starting up is not easy.
Yeah, I'm just imagining waking up in a day and you don't have. I mean, what happened to you is a serious lesson to a lot of young people who invest their all. You woke up in the morning and all you're thinking about is that page. The thing can just disappear.
It can. You pride in yourself. You have 1 million followers. You have 100K, 200K followers. You're talking down on people. You're doing like this. Priding yourself about nothing. Those things can disappear any day. Mm-hmm. Sometimes smaller creators want to talk to you. You're like, hey, work hard to step up to this level. Sometimes people invite you for shows like this. You say, no, hey, I'm bigger than that show. I'm coming to give them visibility. Tomorrow you are down on the floor. The same you are the one running behind those small people. Please go and post on your page. They should come and follow my new page. God will punish you. We don't understand.
Yeah.
That. Yeah. It's teamwork.
Yeah, we need a serious community, I think, in our space.
Teamwork.
We need a serious community.
It's teamwork. Teamwork. They raised. I saw people galvanize themselves. Though I got back my page, like within 24 hours.
Was it as a result of your request to the quarry letters?
No. That page was just taken down. And after that, the page had gone down again, but nobody knew. Then I got it back again. It was football banter, whatever. And we have a lot of people, trust me, I'm not afraid to say this on this live. We have a lot of people, even in our community, that don't think that to stay at the top, you need to work hard. Since I'm lazy to work hard to get at the top, let me bring down other people who are doing the work to be there. So all of the stories that were surrounding my platform, there are people that I've categorically told them, I said, I know you guys know what happened to that page. And they've never said anything because I say it to their faces. I say it to them. But I always remind them, I say, you can take a page from me. Trust me, I have a job. I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler. It's not social media. I give more to social media than I run projects, back to school projects. I spend my money all the time. Behind the scenes, people come because they see a page, because they see you with a suit on your profile picture, they think you have money. They come inbox every day crying, telling you they are sick, they are this, sending you hospital bills and all now. Sometimes empathy, you do one or two things for people. So if you take me off that thing, you think I'll lose? No, or not. I'll still build. Those who know the work that I do, they will always still come for it. And this is just it. It was a painful experience, but it is the best thing that ever happened to me. It taught me the value of what I'm doing. And all my platforms, I was at 116K followers on Facebook when that thing happened. And on TikTok, I was just like 100 and almost close to 200K on TikTok. But between that last year, that thing happened, and this year, I've had more than 400K followers added across my platform. You get? So it was like, let's put this person down. But inversely, that was the only time in my career where you search my name, you see popular now for a week. So everybody was talking about me. Most times when I meet people, that guy whose page was. So they gave people something to remember me for. And it was a lesson to everybody. So I thank God for it.
Yeah, it was a very big
and lesson. I saw support from community. They gave me 11K followers in 3 days. Cameroon. Cameroonian bloggers, everybody. They galvanize themselves. If I was isolating myself and saying I'm a big somebody, nobody do this for
Trying
me.
to follow it on the
Nobody doing like this. Small blocks are there. They are tagging you up and down. You don't go to go and comment there and even show your own support. You say, no, if I go and comment, I will give them visibility.
ground.
Tomorrow, when that page is gone, it was those small blocks that brought the people back. Those small blocks. So we are on a journey and we are working collectively. Nobody is useless in this system. We must all be humble.
We must all be humble and work together to put each other in this particular community.
Right.
You've heard the painful experience that happened to Mr. Ndze, your popular everywhere person who's here today with us on Value Talks to teach you out just that which you're supposed to know. You've heard a lot about community building, management, how to actually keep people, because now build a brand and not a platform.
Right.
Because with the brand, you always sustain your platform. With the brand, people will come for the brand more than they come for the platform. As you know, it's also on Value Talks. We'll be going in a short break and we'll come back. We'll talk about movie. Recently, we saw Mr. Ndze flying on the space on the poster. We want to have the experience of this particular movie. What happened? Why was he in that movie? And it is his first movie. Let's go on the short break and we'll come back. We'll be chatting. Welcome back. Sure you're enjoying yourself on this particular show as we've been talking about social media, lifestyle, how to actually carry yourself out there on the space. Thank you for accepting to be with us today, Mr. Ndze.
My pleasure, always.
Okay. What does it feel like waking up in the morning and you're seeing yourself being tagged on different blocks and the rest and the rest and the rest?
I feel like showing it to my mother. You tell her I made it.
Feel like showing it to your mother.
Sometimes I'm like, does my mother know I'm this popular? Because the way she still talks to me, that is, you feel that gradually the little work that you've been doing on media is getting attention. So you feel like, okay, there's some level of work that I need to start putting up and giving back to community. So that is it.
Is there any pressure that comes with this? Pressure? How do you act? Or can it actually shape the way you behave now to people? And what is a caution pertaining to that?
You don't have a private life. That's just the downsides of it. You don't have a private life anymore. You have to constantly meet people every day, and for the most part, even if you are in your down mood, the downness of it all, you have to smile. If not, somebody is going with an impression. The next thing on social media, there's a day a guy tagged me on social media and said, "This one are celebrity." I don't know who to him I'm a celebrity. Say, "This one are celebrity then the over higher," because he met me on a day and I could not recognize him. So that's that part of it. You know, you have a lot of friends that you don't know and you have a lot of enemies you don't know. Because sometimes I'm cracking these my jokes, you're laughing. So other person is like, if I meet up that boy for road, you get. So it's like that. The downsides of it, no privacy. I'm one person. I have a family, and that's the most important part of my life. So I over the years it is hard to keep them on social media, but I've been doing that. Because you can't put out your entire life. You even no matter how public you are, you must have privacy, and it's hard now to maintain.
Yeah, talking about family, you are a family man.
Yes.
Is family part of your aspiration?
Family is number one. Family comes first. You can quit all of this for family any day, anytime. Because that is the reason why I'm doing everything I'm doing. It's family.
Which means that your number one priority, value, reason why you work, sleep, smile, wake up, give us good content is as a result of family.
Yeah. If I was sleeping today and felt like if I'm not there, my family will be very okay and they will have all they need, I will not fear to die any day.
Who is our number one person that pushes you more in your home? Your number one fan in the house?
I have my little daughter.
Okay.
Every time she hears that voice, that's daddy. You know, they've been the most supportive part of my journey. And right to my little kids, sometimes when I'm recording, I'm like, I'm recording. They're doing like this to every other person. It's recording. Somehow they support. And most of the videos that I do, as a content creator that you are, you can have one idea to record on a video that can be the life changer for you. And somebody messes it up by changing your mood on that day, and you don't do it, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But they've been the most supportive on this journey where I always go back to peace, and that's the most important. On my journey.
So man, not try a family.
No. Don't try.
But in the future, are you thinking of putting any of your sumo into this particular creative field, or you want them to be aspired by themselves?
Yeah. Let them be inspired by themselves. My dad saw me doing comedy, the man shake the head like this, because the kind of plans and dreams and who he thought I would be in life, he saw me doing comedy. He was like, especially leaving Cameroon, travel abroad, go hustle, come back, and then you start doing comedy.
Mm-hmm.
The worst part of that comedy was tying that big mommy rapper like that.
Mm-hmm.
My father said, "Hey, this boy is gone." It was like, this is wasted efforts, because he wasn't understanding how I was going to survive on this thing. And that is why you see, I started my platform with this name Ndze, because that's my father's name. I would have used different names that would be very familiar and easy for my international audience to call and remember. I know very well I lose followers because of this name, because sometimes some people want to go and type. They'll be typing, struggling. They don't know if D is before N or Z is before E. I know all of that. But I chose this particular name because I wanted this man to know something. At the end of the day, I wanted him to know that there was something that was going to come out of this thing. And I wanted his name to go ahead.
Was your father a believer to you?
He's of late.
Your believer? Or he was someone you had to make to believe?
That
what you believed in will work?
My dad, I grew up, I was very inquisitive.
Mm-hmm.
I was very inquisitive. I was that kid who was very bold. I don't be share my face. When I be who I'll tell you, to I want to tell you, you get. So my dad is a very calm person. He was a very calm person. That kind of person, if he had a problem. So he used to look at me like a very troublesome person. So somehow, it is every time I do an achievement that he believes in me. I do an achievement, he believes in me. The person that till date stood for me, believed in me, is my mother.
Okay.
That's that one person that, even in times where I was like, I don't believe in myself, I don't believe in this sacrifice you're about to do it to another person. So it was like, I'm doing it for you. I believe in what you're doing.
So you always had like that in your head to say, okay, let me prove you wrong.
Yeah, my father. This is his name. I want someone is going somewhere, he hears the name. Okay. Yeah, so I was like, I have to prove this man. Unfortunately, he's not here today, but wherever he is, he's seeing what is happening. That was my father.
And every kid needs this balance, negative, positive, someone who believes, the other one who does not, to help you go out there. That's why at times I tell some people that you may have come up in the very wrong environment where everyone actually likes you. It's a very, very wrong environment to be in, because now there's no one there to challenge your standards. Because at every point in life, your standards is to be challenged.
Right.
You may be the best right now. So who is challenging the standards of the best? Right. Someone has to challenge the standards of the best, because when challenges come in, what steps in? Okay, let me prove this man.
Right.
I can do better.
Right.
That's the only thing. So I think good one.
Yeah. I loved, and for him, he's that kind of person where he doesn't like public life. So I understood him. Then he was just, I was the ambitious person. When I first wanted, I had to read political science. Those things.
Mm-hmm.
He used to be that person who just comfortable. Teacher.
Mm-hmm.
He was a teacher. He's comfortable. You can have small to take care of your family, manage your life. No stress. That was like him.
Mm-hmm.
He's not seeing you trying to have ambition and trying to think you want to build mansions tomorrow and raise this. It's good, but for him, he feels like that's going to come at a price where no, you should just. So that part of his, he gave me a whole. It was those. I took a lot of values from him.
Okay.
Yeah, that side of being contented with what you have, and not being contented to the point where you don't become ambitious, but being contented to the point where you are satisfied and happy with what you have, and you just can't do anything because you want to have money or you want to make it.
Yeah.
So I'm at that point in life where is not, I can't do just anything to be there, and it has helped me through this journey.
Yeah, it's serious strong value.
Because sometimes some deals come.
Mm-hmm.
You look at this deal and I'm like, what would my followers think? I need money. I'm dying. Poor people wound my head.
It's not easy.
I'm like, I will not do it. I will not.
Yeah, true.
So those values, they help me a lot. We go around, we see friends who are doing a lot. If you like, be a house now, wait till you buy which kind of thing. I'm genuinely happy for you. I don't look at it and feel like this would have been mine.
Yeah.
Never.
Mm-hmm.
I rather struggle to see like, hey, what can I add? Man, that man is building a house. I put my 1 bag cement for that house. I don't have a house, I don't have a land, but I'm thinking, I put my 1 bag cement for that my house. Hey, the motor this so my fuel the motor today as I for celebrating man. Those are the things I think about. I don't think about it could be mine. No, I don't think about that.
Okay. Have you been in a movie before?
Yeah, the first movie.
Okay, this first one.
This is the first movie I've
First
done.
ever.
First ever.
You've never auditioned for any movie?
Never, ever.
So how was it like? How did it start? What is it that started with that resulted you now into being in a movie as a class as this with the director like Achiri trusting you with the role?
Till today, I still think Achiri Victor was mad.
Okay, choosing you.
Yeah, I still think he was mad. I used to tell him, director, you are mad. I'm sleeping lying on the couch this day, and I see a message from this is Achiri Victor. Bro, we want to do a movie, and there's a role that I think this role perfectly fits you. I was like, I've never been on any movie. Are you sure you know what you're doing? This is me you are talking to. It's not. You have missed the number. He said, I'm talking to you. Then I was like, are you sure you know what you are doing? He said, yes. I said, okay, send the script. He sent the script. And that's it. These script things, when we used to do our skits,
yeah,
we just say in this particular position like this is what is supposed to be happening here. Then we just improvise and hit the thing and we're going. Sometimes you hit it at the first shot, sometimes you have to redo before you get it. But we just easy about improvisation. This one I have to start reading London script. Then I took the thing, I was like, okay, maybe I sometime my role for the film will work out past. I don't get a problem. By the way, I get fine work if you work out past. So, then I was like, this guy is telling me this name. I'm supposed to play this role. And I look at the script. I have 26 scenes. And I look at the choice of words. I'm like, brother, hey. Then I sat like this. I told my partner, I said, I'll just tell him and say this, so I'll be blocked on that day. They should do. I contemplated doing this, like dropping from this thing. Then is one of my friends, Sunjo Clarice, shout out to her. She's in the US. That's one of the people who have supported me so much. She was the one that told me, this is a challenge for you. I believe you can do it. Go and do this thing. She kept every day. You don't read that line there. You must go do the thing. So I was like, why have I told you? I was like, okay, let me go and do it. When I got there, it was tense, environment. My first time, I met some people who have been on this thing for a while. I was like, okay, good thing. The director, the producer, Brunhilda, she made the environment very, very conducive. It was very, very, a lot of interactions between the cast, the crew. It was friendly exchanges, and that's how we managed to work. It was not easy shooting this movie for within 4 days, with us having the Douala Rains coming to play, and then we were doing other movies. Within close to within 2 weeks, they've did more than 6 movies. So it was work and it was jam-packed like this. So it was a huge challenge for me, but finally we did what we could do.
Oh.
And that's the beginning of the journey. Probably subsequently, when we start getting on more and more movies, the experience and other things will come in, and it will be much more better.
So, after being a partaker of this particular movie out, you've attended the premiere.
Right.
Now the movie is everywhere. It's on
Right.
YouTube.
Right.
How do you feel? What do you think about the industry of movie making? Because now you must have experienced being on set, talking with directors, seeing what they could do pertaining to post production, every other thing, adverts and the rest, and now the movie is where it is at. So, the feeling about movie making, because really it's not your industry. You went in there to like, okay,
Yeah.
let me experiment and see what's happening.
First, when I finished that movie, I said, I'll never ever criticize any movie again in my life. If you know fast, you don't call it. Because the sweat was sweat. You get. I feel that a lot of attention is not being given. The flowers are not being given to those who are producing these movies.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think subsequently the communities will sit up to that. We are grateful that we're having Passion TV. We're having Caro is doing something on her own.
Mm-hmm.
Bronhida is there. She started up. I heard Stephanie Tum is doing hers. And a few other people. Godis Fongo has been doing his. A few other people, they are dropping on YouTube. I know what it takes for you to drop on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
The finances, everything that you put in place.
Mm-hmm.
And you will not make immediate money.
Mm-hmm.
You have to burn out money first.
Yeah.
Enjoy movies first before the money start coming
Yeah.
out of it. A big shout out to them, and I think communities should recognize this effort. Recognition is not saying they have done a good job. Recognition is go and watch those movies when they come out.
Mm-hmm.
Watch those movies, drop a like, drop a comment, copy the link, post on your WhatsApp status. Don't post only where people can see. Don't be doing eye service. Don't post only when you post. You must tag Passion TV for them to see that you shared so that they can come. If they don't thank you, then you now say that people in the high up are supposed to tag them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Share to avenues where people don't even see you. That's the true support that we are talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And the industry is there. The challenges are there. Resources are very few, limited. In terms of the production, it was not easy. Because, you know, when you have few cameras, they want turn for this side, take the one shot, the one don't forget your own three, we give a talk. If you don't talk, you find the first time. All of that confusion.
Oh God.
So you see all of that. It's not easy. Production is not fast. Like it's supposed to be. One expect say more we get at least 10 movies every month.
Mm-hmm.
I know you watch me Nigerian stuff all the time.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not those who are talking on social media.
Mm-hmm.
No. I know that talking on social media, people can talk and go and sleep. Me, I know what I'm looking for there. I go to what I'm supposed to do. Cameroon music, I listen more. Our product, I listen more to those things.
Mm-hmm.
We are doing so much that we have to be consuming it. And the whole acting, the whole stage, I'm really grateful to you guys that you're putting in the energy, bringing in new actors, faces that are not known in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to give them a platform and make them known to their community. It did like one is bet. Gambling your money with faces that may not sell,
mm-hmm.
but you are doing all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope that in the long run it really pays off.
Mm-hmm.
That's my wish for you guys, and I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate getting these young actors. Most of them, I met people on set, and they are like, they are actors. So they don't write down for their bio.
Mm-hmm.
Then I say, when was the last time you acted a movie? 2017. You don't watch the film, no, they don't even move, and then go for actor for your this thing. Because there's no way you can even show a proof of what you're doing. But with the platforms that you
mm-hmm.
guys are doing,
mm-hmm.
people can reference. They can go watch some movie, update so for this place, go watch some movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy. Things may not be the best at the moment,
mm-hmm.
but I know with the energy that is being done, we're putting it at this particular point in time,
mm-hmm.
we'll get better.
Mm-hmm. So you've experienced the industry. I like one thing you've said, like, okay, if you can have 10 movies a month, makes a lot of sense.
Right.
But now 10 movies a month with, how do we call it, clicks, I think will not really better the industry. But 10 movies a month, understanding that each production house is out there for the purpose of numbers. So if this production house is coming out, let's go watch. This other one, let's watch, because now it's not even attending a premiere. Just go on the YouTube account, watch the film for the purpose of the numbers, so as to, like, we see it like viewers still don't know that we are really into movies that big because of the lack of saturation.
Clicks. You talk about clicks. I'm saying on the
Value talks.
They'll come for me. I'm not eating from anybody's pocket. I'm saying the reality that is I was very disappointed at that premiere. If me, I did not go out of the movie making house and spoke to artists, spoke to comedians, spoke to content creators, invited them for that program, that premiere would have been empty if it was left for movie people. They didn't show up. They did not. Everybody must not be there 100%. But a whole lot of the people that they reached out to them, the producer did not send me to say this thing, that's our business. I talk for myself. But I felt pained on her behalf. She can tell you any day if there's anybody who carried that event on their head, it was me.
Yeah,
Till date, a lot of people think I own that production house.
Yeah.
Because I saw at the dying minute, if I don't put in the energy that is needed, this lady will cry on that day. She didn't pay me for nothing.
We love from what angle, from
get
the angle you're coming from.
You get
because you're not someone in D.
I'm not someone, so they won't say the people that were reached out for that project that I saw, some did videos, did reviews. I only saw like 2 people in that hall. The rest did not come. And I was like, it's not about me. If you don't like me, if you don't like other people, if colleagues cannot support colleagues, and that's why I'm encouraging all of you filmmakers. There's a lot of competition, secret competition that goes on within this, which doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Because
we are few, we have these same issues everywhere. But a lot of people don't get to feel what we are feeling because they have numbers. People who are across the Mongo speaking bonjour don't understand and they don't even watch our movies. We are few. How many of us are there to even consume these movies? But we'll start putting ourselves into cliques. That's why if you're a movie maker, get close to content. Don't limit yourself to that movie circle. Get close to content creators, get close to artists, get close to other people out of what you're doing. Trust me, those are the people 100% you can rely on them for support. I saw artists came to that premiere in the likes of Big G, Baba Shoyo, and those people, they came, Princess Angwa. For most of these people, artists, they came there. I didn't invite any of them. But they were like, our brother is doing something. They pull up, they came. Those are big artists. They would have sat where they were and feel that it would be disrespectful for them to show up for my event uninvited. I need to bring a car, come and pick them up where they are. Of course, they deserve all of that.
Yeah.
But they didn't sit back. They pull up for that event. So it is almost like if you are not doing the same thing with people who are not doing the same thing with you, will really support you. The rest of the people doing the same thing with you, they will look at you as competition, which is not supposed to be like that. So I felt discouraged. But at the end of the day, I told myself, every discouragement makes you gain a certain knowledge and know how to navigate a certain space. Does it mean I will not support other people or I will not support the people who didn't come for that event? No. I'll do that. When I have the opportunity to do that, I'll do that. But I'll do that. But when I get to that event ground, I'll still tell most of them. Because we cannot build an atmosphere where people talk from the background. No. Let's start looking at each other in the faces and telling ourselves, we're not doing this, we're supposed to do this. Posterity is there. These children are there. Young people are there. They are watching you, they are watching me, they are watching us, and they're thinking we're very successful. But here we are not. Look at where we are, and we cannot boast of success. We cannot boast of helping them. But they look at us every day and they think, where we are, we can help them. But deep down, we know we are not even there yet because we are constantly making the same mistakes every day.
The same mistake, because now you're talking of the young people coming, because what is that culture they are taking from us? We cannot help them.
Nothing.
We are not building a community of people who help each other.
Right.
People want to see each other succeed, but it's a movement of cliques, and that turns to remove a lot of money from the industry's pocket.
Exactly.
That's why I tell people, for instance, the production you were in, if it fails, it's a failure for the entire industry.
Right.
Because if the project succeeds, because this is how I view projects, if that project succeeds and the actors in the project gain a particular kind of recognition, it becomes a very good push for Passion to say, okay, let me go for this particular actor who was a success in this project. So if the actor comes now to Passion, the project becomes better for this, that. So you see, money moves in the industry.
Right.
They will come and the clicks instead drains money from our pockets.
It's draining money every day.
I love your analysis coming from someone who's not in the industry, looking at the industry, being disappointed, and you can see the clique having an issue.
Every day, cliques. You don't strain you're not straining yourselves. You're straining these kids who are makeup artists, or those who are the photographers that are there in the industry, all of those, the crew, people who are struggling to make a living out of this thing. Those are the people you were training. The actors that are there with all the talents that they have, those are the people you were training. At the end of the day, you're limiting a circle that would have long boomed. That's why I say we're always late. Because we want to come and assemble ourselves and be speaking the same language when others have gone past this stage and they're way ahead. Then we'll now start producing what our community have moved on from, and they are looking for something better.
Yeah.
All of these cliques, they are here every day because this one is organizing a festival, others are not going. This one is organizing a this, others are not going. This one is my person. I can't smile with this person. If I smile with this person, this other person will not cast me, or this other person will not come around me. For nothing. For nothing.
And it's true because the state, the standards keeps changing. So what's your advice to, like let me say the movie makers, the movie industry, if you have to frame your language pertaining to your experience? I love the experience because now you received a call, you're not in that particular domain of entertainment. You went in, had your experience on set, saw the stress, and now the results at the level of the premiere. Because now we'll not even talk about it being uploaded on the social media space and the space it was uploaded on, because we know how whatever will come from there is, I mean, like, there's nothing coming out from there.
Nothing.
So what would be your advice to the industry after your experience? What do you think we should do?
Oh, man, I appreciate those who have been there. Man, not talk to some people that say this young man who knows nothing is being disrespectful to us now. I'm not in your circle. I can choose to never be an actor, and that's me. That's okay. You know that's your passion. You know that's where your heart is. Me, I'm a madman on social media. You know that's where your heart is. And if somebody is genuinely interested in the growth of that sector, the person is not a hater. I feel let's learn from other people and understand this is a business. Business has no emotions. Business doesn't have friends. It doesn't have enemies. Business, you have to channel your resources to a place where you have to get your return on investment. That's the most important part of business. And it doesn't matter who is bringing back that return on investment. Let's stop this thing of not getting people on board on projects because they seem to associate with a group of people that we don't like. Let's stop this thing of not trying to acquire knowledge or pushing forward agendas that will push the industry ahead, because people of this, we're expecting most of the times that we have to be served like, you know how people want to be respected in this thing? People have to go to the floor and make you feel like you are a god. You have been here for ages. You are the king of this thing. You are the alpha and the omega. Please show up for something that is going to, this is community, for God's sake. When it concerns community, the higher you become, the more of a servant you should become. The more useful, the more you should teach these young people that this is the moment where I feel like, okay, you are coming in. I have to leave a legacy for you guys. I have to go beyond my personal issues that I have with people to push an agenda that at the end of the day, it will print our names on the sands of time. Whether you like, you dodge away from this thing. All the 12 years, 30 years, 40 years you've been in this thing is zero. Nobody remembers you because there's no legacy left. Where is the legacy? Prove to us that there's a legacy. Apart from showing us on 1 or 2 videos that you did 40 years ago, show us the legacy. How has your experience with those videos and the time and the new ideas that are geared towards pushing the young talents that are here to push the industry ahead, show us your impact directly on it? We can't see most of those things. The industry is here. We're blessed with TikTok. I've said it. We've been blocked on Facebook. Facebook limits us to our community. TikTok has made international stars of many of us. From TikTok, we've learned our potentials and known that we only need exposure. From time to time, for marketing purposes, this is my message I'm preaching. I'll keep preaching. Get some small content creators that have done well on those platforms and bring them into your projects. It is a strategy. Don't think, no matter how experienced, shaped and refined that the freeze is, he has never pulled the crowd Pella has pulled. He has never.
Yes, never.
Does he make Pella better than him? No. He's more knowledgeable, he's more intelligent. But Pella has the market value now on the internet. You get? If you put both say live streaming, who is a better host? You know who the better host is. But who are people pulling up more for? The one with no experience and nothing. You get what I'm saying? So I'm saying, those who are doing this thing, think about this aspect of it. You have the opportunity to have international audience coming to view your stuff. It may not be instant. They make use of. They should stop looking at these people from TikTok as if they didn't work hard to get their success, because that's how they do on Facebook and they do in the community. They limit those people and call them TikTokers. Those are entertainers, full-blown entertainers who are using they are doing entertainment across overboard. They say TikTokers and then they limit them and make them feel like what they are doing is not valuable. Trust me, they are bringing international audience to your work. And if we start making use of these people, we discover that the industry will grow. Those of you who are into the filmmaking, connect, cut across, make friends, also be part of people's success stories. Be part of a comedian's success story. Be part of an artist's success story. Be part of you see what Nas Boy is doing in Nigeria. He has left comedy, he's doing music. You see everybody, everybody, all of those people, actors, everything, they are in his stuff. That is how we can grow in this thing. That is how we can grow. Let me share my small influence with what you are doing. You share your small influence with what I'm doing. We share the influence of this person. We bring them to our platforms so that we can keep moving. Otherwise, first project we have wave, second project, third project. You know Cameroon now. You know us.
Yeah.
We watch the first project. The second one, we don't even know when you released.
Start dropping.
The third one, we don't even know anything. Then one day you come on social media, you come and just write a comment. Marriage is not an achievement. Or we vex. Go or subscribe for your page, as emotional as we be. So you see how low our support system is. So if we don't make use of these people who have international audience in our work and start gaining those audience, you see and say we'll always be locked up like this in this box. And you're on YouTube, you know the value of our views here in this country. You know the value. Yeah. So if I say the value now, they will insult me. But we know the value. Let's leave it at the value. So let's make use of this. Create the platform. Passion TV is there. I'm happy. You guys sent me a short clip the last time. Some of those short clips can drop on those platforms and send link to people. It may not blow today. It can blow tomorrow. It can blow any other day. But let the work keep going.
I'm sure you've been enriched on this particular program because we've talked about a lot of things. We've talked about teamwork. We've talked about content creation, some of the things you should be looking at, which are very, very important. It's one of our best seated right here in the studio with us on Value Talks to help you understand how to navigate. He is a family man. He's a hustler, like you call it in this part of the world, hustler. Hustler means that he's flexible. Be flexible too as well. He's had an experience in the movie industry, although he almost signed out.
Yeah, I almost ran.
So you'll be receiving more calls as an actor. Yes,
Yeah.
you're receiving more
Most
calls.
definitely.
Yes,
Most
yes, yes.
definitely.
Yeah, so we thank you to have come in, the experience and the rest,
My
the push
pleasure.
forwardness, and every other thing you've done for the industry, the two trees. Because right now we consider you an actor.
Thank you.
Yes, we consider you an actor, and even if we are giving you a script of a very big volume, like 200 scenes, you don't run. At least you've had the techniques on how to navigate. Drawn from our conversation today, I think one of the most important things we've talked about is the aspect of teamwork. Please, let's build a better community by supporting each other.
Sure.
It's very, 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 very important. So learn to support each other in your community. Let's learn that. Learn to work with managers, okay? It's very important. We've heard Mr. Ndze talk about the importance of management,
Right.
having a team that can actually do that for you, because Samuel Ito has a manager. You can imagine. So why not have a manager? It's very important. The understanding of it and every other thing becomes very important. Mr. Ndze, was a very good one having you on our program of today, Value Talks. And usually our last guest leaves a question for the next guest. So there's a question for you. And after answering the question, you have to ask a question for the next guest who will come. Are you ready for your question? That was left by the last guest.
Okay.
You're ready for your question?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. So our last guest asked the question, with all the with the improvement of our society, with the availability of knowledge, with the availability of social media, I mean, people can just learn that easily. Why is it that the divorce rate is instead, what's the reason behind the divorce rate going higher instead of it decreasing, with the availability of all these mechanisms to help us understand how to build a good relationship, this thing? Why is the divorce rate going higher? So when you answer, you leave a question now for the next guest.
It's higher because the woman telling you not to take care of your home, forget your husband is the one that has to clean and do this. She's the one who is cleaning and mopping floor and even licking the floor in her house. She's just creating content on social media. We have content creators a whole lot these days, and a lot of people believe that they understand family life better. But we've had principles that have worked over time. They may not have been perfect, but as always, if you want to succeed in the new, you must take patches from the old, put together, unlearn some things, relearn some things, and maintain some things. I feel like we're drifting a lot because everybody has money now. Everybody's capable of making money. Everybody is now out there making money. Everybody is now open to knowing how some other person is running their stuff without understanding. Human beings differ. In relationships, what I'll take is not what another man will take. What this lady will take is not what this other person will take. But it is always the audacity for me where people feel that their ideas of how things should run should be on a general basis and everybody's bound to accept them. No, it doesn't work like that. Every family is unique. Before you settle down with people, you know who they are. And you should apply those very principles by which you guys began your relationship or to be able to grow. That is what I can tell people. But these days, the divorce rates are there. There are many because we feel there are options. There are a lot of options, not like those days. There were no options like we have now. These days, people, there's surplus everywhere. There's surplus. You can marry, remarry, you can marry. And we have all kinds of relationships these days. Modernity. We are losing values. And of course, this is one of the reasons. So I feel like that's why we have more divorce cases.
Okay, so the person that posed the question will actually watch, and your response is this to the reason why we have more of divorces in the society this day. So now your question. Are you ready to ask the question? Give us a question for the next guest.
Ah. Uh, okay. I want to ask this question because it's very particular to me.
Okay.
Um, I want to understand the role. What the next question is, what would you think is the role of a father when it comes to raising up their kids in this present generation?
Okay.
That's my next question for the next guest.
Okay, so our next guest, you're on hot seat. So we'll be giving you this question for you to actually give us the answer. The person does not know, he has not heard.
Yeah.
So we'll give it to him same way we gave it to you.
Thank you.
So it was a really good one having you on this particular conversation on the value talks. You as a family man devoting this time having this fair conversation with us. So I want you to give a take-home message to a young person who've been listening to us. A take-home message can be framed around, okay, they really want to get into content creation as you, become famous and the rest and the rest and the rest. Tell them what's your take-home message, what they should know, and if they're engaging, some of the things they should consider as your summary to the take-home.
Okay, to you watching me, we've expressed so much, and I just want to say, if you started your journey, don't give up on the journey. Be intentional about your journey. Know why you're on media, and once you understand why you're on media, it will guide you on how you navigate on media. No two journeys are the same. Don't look at some other person's platform growing and you feel down with what you're doing. We all have a time on this space, and get a job. Don't get on this thing and you think this is what's going to pay the bills immediately. Get a job and get close to people and learn humility. No matter how much you grow in this journey, respect those who will be here before you, those who have done their own bit, those who helped others while you were still to dream to be on these platforms. Respect them, because that is the only way you get respect from those who are coming. Always try in your own way. Don't think you're too small. Nobody has nothing. Everybody has something to give out. Don't think you're too small. You have 1K, you have 2K, you have 500 followers. There is somebody with 1 follower that is looking up to you. Don't think that you're too small to contribute to others. You're too small to contribute to your community. Community service is what brings relevance at the end of the day. Life online ends online. Community service brings relevance. Partake in community service as well. There's something that's going on in the community. Some big brother, some big sister is carrying on an initiative in the community that's going to help people. Don't only focus on money. Money, they must pay me before I put my hand on it. No. Show your own bit in it. That is how we're going to build a sustainable community. And you will become relevant in your own community. Like I always say, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be on Value Talks. And I know it's not gonna be the last time I'll be on here. So keep watching Passion TV. Thank you.
Yeah, keep watching Passion TV. You've heard the take-home message from our own Mr. Ndze. A lot of things coming up, okay? We'll have him again and again because now, when next we'll be having him, we'll be discussing TikTok. We'll be discussing some things. What's it about the lion? What's it about the cap? What's it about the bears? We'll be discussing all of this. So it turns to add a lot of value to that which we'll be listening to from him. Giving it some of the projects which he has in the cupboard, like his charitable work, we'll be talking about all of this for you to understand how to give back to the society. Get engaged, stay glued to Passion TV. As you know, we were on Value Talks, dishing out a lot of value with Mr. Ndze. Thank you for this particular honoring of the visit today. On cam 1, we had Isaac Vanel. On cam 2, we had Goddy Graceman. On cam 3, we had Elume Jordan. At the sound, we had Trinity Bess. The makeup, we had Vicky 237. I want to thank the manager of Passion Studio for this particular privilege.